Hey guys, it's Crossroads here. I'm on the road today, but I wanted to give you a quick update on PayPal, and I might not have time to do it in the next day or two. PayPal is down about 6% today, and a lot of fintech, especially payment processors, also got hit about the same time. The reason why is, per Bloomberg, JP Morgan Chase is rumored to be looking at charging for access for their API data. So in essence, what this is basically it's a reaction to CFPB 1033. This is a rule that was drafted over a year ago, I believe. It was actually went into effect partly in January, but with the president and his administration, there has been some pushback against the rule, and the CFPB has seen this their own rule actually being at odds of what the president is trying to do there. So what does that mean? So in essence, CFPB 1033, it provided control over consumer data. So for instance, if I had an account at JP Morgan Chase, then I have right to my own data. That comes about from a few ways. I can ask to access my own data specifically and see how it's been used. I can have my data removed from advertising, and it can't be used for advertising if I choose to elect that. And I can give access to my bank account to whomever I would like. So that could be Robinhood, that could be SoFi as far as Relay, that could be PayPal as well as Visa, MasterCard, and so forth. So it shouldn't be a surprise with this rule looking to be vacated, which CFPB is trying to do actually as well. And they put that before courts. It's likely to happen. I mean, it's almost guaranteed to happen, but it's just a question of what's going to replace it. Now, one of the things that was prevented by the previous rule was payment for data, that banks couldn't say, hey, you're going to have to pay us for API access. And so what this means now is that if somebody wants to send money from JP Morgan Chase to Robinhood and connect those two, that Robinhood has to pay for that API access. Now, probably not a massive amount of money, but they are talking about hundreds of millions of dollars. And somebody as large as PayPal, that could really add up. Now, my thought on this is I don't know that regulators are going to allow this gray area once the rule is actually vacated and give consumers absolutely no control over the data. It seems implied that there's another rule that's coming, although perhaps not as arduous for banks. And so we'll actually have to see whether or not banks can do this, whether they can get away with this or not. If they can, then probably Wells Fargo and also Bank of America also follow as major banks. They would be able to just put up extra paywalls, make the consumer experience a lot worse for us. But hey, that hasn't stopped banks before. So don't be surprised if there's some news between now and then. But yeah, for now, this is an overreaction in my mind. There might be things that I'm missing. There's things certainly that I don't fully understand here. And it is important that PayPal has that connection as far as API access. But there's a lot of different ways that they can work around. Now, if I was an investor in Plaid, which is a fintech that really does a great job of connecting banks and fintechs as well, it runs almost all of them, I would be pretty concerned. But with PayPal, not really. I don't think it's that much of a headwind. The way that it was dropped, it was acting like 10% of PayPal's revenue is just gone, which is just ridiculous. So, but we know this is PayPal investors. This happens time after time. It's frustrating. We call it PayPal for a reason. It's been an opportunity cost. Remember, I was actually looking at last August, PayPal price was around the same amount. That's painful in a bull market. So what am I doing? Well, I added to my position actually about 5 minutes before the news dropped, which really stinks. Sometimes you just get hit by things like that at random. I didn't add any more after the dip just because I looked at that and I said, okay, I don't think this impacts PayPal, but I wasn't sure, as far as like a big impact. And so I spent more time researching it. Some very helpful posters on X, and I don't remember all their names, chimed in, for instance, with that CFPB rule. Definitely look that up. There's some great articles out there that I won't link in here just because I'm limited as far as technology until this evening. But I wanted to give you guys that quick update, and I'll wrap it at that. But as always, thank you guys for commenting, subscribing, and following.